What?
The hardest subject of them all.
Aye, this is so big.
Sex
I don't even know where you start.
communication.
Yeah.
How do you communicate with your partner about sex? Very, very carefully.
Start slowly. Do not go to your partner and say, by the way, I've been faking orgasm.
Yeah.
And we need to communicate about this.
Yeah, and on the short strokes go, you're doing it wrong.
No, bad move. But seriously, where does it start? Because it's such a big subject to go into. Where does it start? Where do you start with getting past the fear of talking about something that's so taboo?
Well, I think that where it starts is with yourself. Because unless you're comfortable with your own sexuality and your own body, and you know what works for you and what doesn't work for you, there's very little point in approaching your partner about it. So I reckon you first come to terms with who you are and what you like, and you know where you're going to go with your sexuality before you approach your partner. And it's got to be in a non-threatening way, because one of the things about sex is the ego is so big.
And for men and women.
Yeah, it's both egos, because we're so wrapped up, particularly men are wrapped up in their sexuality and their genitals, and women are so wrapped up in their insecurities.
Yeah.
So the minute he says, I'd like you to,
she's thinking, what am I doing wrong?
yeah, we go,
you're not
oh,
attracted to me.
You know, and he doesn't love me, and I've got, you know, it's because I've got horrible thighs.
He saw my thighs and now he wants to change something.
I have to tell you, when you get to my age, I'm like a salad. I'm better dressed than not.
Best tossed. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. I mean, you always talk about the dressing and your best of dressing, but I would say best tossed.
Best tossed, okay. Still like a salad.
Many layers to you.
Yeah, so I think, so you first got to come to terms with who you are and what you are. And then you've got to take it into a non-threatening place. So don't do it when you're having sex.
Yeah, like bad move. And also, for me, it's terrible because I'm very talkative, and I often get very excited about something that feels that feels good. This is for your benefit because she knows already. But I get very excited about things, and I often want to talk about them like straight away. And that's sometimes not the best time to do it, because you actually need to come down out of the but you need to actually exit the space with your partner first. And men they're quite different, generally speaking. They don't necessarily want to immediately say, oh, that was amazing when you did that. And the moment I'm doing that, I've lost my partner already.
I don't know. I was just going to say, I don't know any man who does that.
No, neither do I.
Yeah. Okay, but I think take it into a space where you both feel safe, and raise it as I've been thinking.
And what if the focus is more on, what can we do that both of us are excited about? So instead of like the focus is on there's a problem, like he's not getting an erection and you've noticed and you want to have a conversation about it and he doesn't, or it's not happening for you at the moment and you're not quite sure why and you want to change some things, more like couched in exciting terms. How would you do that? Would something like body mapping help?
Yeah, it would indeed.
Is that a practical thing to do?
Yes. I think you could probably start there. And again, it would be, okay, so what body mapping is, we'll take you to a shot and you can have a look at it. So basically what it is I get a piece of paper and my partner gets a piece of paper, and on it is a body, a front and a back of a body. I get two and you get two. So let's say we partners.
Yeah.
You wish. So
how can I be your partner if you won't let me touch you?
True. Okay. So
we're not, just by the way.
So
the
we
rumors.
Please, I should be so lucky. So we each get two pieces of paper, and on it you mark where your erogenous zones are. Okay. So for instance, I have a spot on the back of my back here where you just have to whisper on it. You just have to.
And it always works.
And it always works.
Oh,
it's like my G spot on the outside of my body. Okay, so it's
that's new. I've never heard of that before.
It is my absolute best. So for me, I mean, just thinking about it, I'm getting all tingly.
Dear. So are we going to have to stop filming in a minute?
No. I'll pull myself together. So you body map it. So you say that's my number one spot. And this is my number two spot, and then you do what you think are your partner's erogenous zones.
Okay, that's clever.
And then what you do is you swap them. So he can see where you've marked yours are, and you can see where his are. Or
and you haven't
hers
had
are,
to say,
whatever.
I really don't like it when you blow on the back of my neck. Because
Yes.
somebody hears this and thinks, oh, Sharon likes that, and goes and licks the back of someone else's neck, and they're going,
and their
oh my
toes are
God,
doing this.
I really don't like that. Yeah.
Just a word to the wise. It is listen for the dolphin. Do you know what the dolphin is?
No.
Okay, so listen for the dolphin. It goes.
That generally means
stop,
no.
Stop. It's not cool. So listen for the dolphin.
That's really, that's quite clever. And sometimes with some women, it's just silence. Like they'll give you encouragement. So you tend to give your partner encouragement. So you're going, and then suddenly there's silence.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
That's a bad sign.
Whatever you're doing
stop.
is not, is not
gotta stop.
working.
But a lot of people actually just lie there and don't do anything.
Really?
Clearly not us, because we don't. It's like way out. But we often get guys who come into the shop and they'll say things like, I don't know where I am with her, because she's now come from a background of sex is dirty. You lie back and you think of England. You don't participate in sex. You basically just having sex
for your
husband's
benefit,
pleasure, not for your own pleasure. And so they just lie there like a rubber doll. I
And
would
in a
imagine.
sense, what is he supposed to do?
Yeah,
Because
and
where
so-
does he learn?
Yeah. So and I always say that sex is a team sport. And you got to make noises.
Sorry,
so
I'm
that
just thinking of so many images. I will behave. Yes.
Okay, so
it's a team sport.
It's a team sport, and you've got to make the sounds so that your partner knows where in the game he is.
Yeah.
know,
I
and-
suppose that's the first step of communication. Is it's not even with words. It's almost body language and guttural sounds.
Yeah.
Because people can do those.
Yeah.
The dolphin. You see now, when you said the dolphin, I'm thinking of those vibrators.
Oh, Danny.
Yeah.
No,
I'm thinking. I'm very
that's
confused here.
Different show.